The Motorola Edge Plus 2022, probably the most surprising phone for me this year. And there's always one. Like every year, there's always a phone that kind of comes out of left field and surprises me. This one is it. And I gotta tell you, I'm gonna be completely honest here. Not that I'm not always honest, but I mean, this is like a heart to heart talk. I don't really care for Motorola phones. I think that they kind of cheap on them. I think they charge way too much money for them. They usually don't have as good a hardware and specs as the other guys, and they want too much money. That was very much the case here. I was not going to pay $999 when this phone first came out. It caught my eye whenever I saw it was a week or two ago when I first came and talked to y'all when I bought it for $599. I like value. Value and performance always is a negotiating factor in determining whether I will consider a phone or not. And especially when I'm buying this stuff with my own money. Motorola doesn't send me anything. A lot of companies don't send me anything. So I got to buy these phones and they're expensive. I wouldn't pay $999 for this. I would really encourage you not to pay $999 as well. But when it just dropped to $599, $499, really compelling. Really compelling. Snapdragon 8 Generation 1, 8 gigabytes of RAM. They do have a 12 gigabyte RAM model. It really threw me off. I thought there was only a 512 and a 12, but there's a 512 and an 8. I have the 512 and 8, which is what I was telling everybody else to go buy. I'm sorry, I thought it was the 12, but 512 and 8. And I think 8 gigabytes RAM is fine. It's great that it has 512 gigabytes of storage, tons and tons of storage. That's fantastic because if you look at anything else, even like the Pixel 7, as much as I love it, $599, $499, 128 gigabytes of storage. All these phones don't have expandable storage anymore. So the more you can get on the inside, the better. And when you look at like the S22, when you look at the iPhones, they charge you a lot of extra money for extra storage space. So the fact that I was able to get a 512, Snapdragon 8 Generation 1, 8 gigs of RAM, the cameras actually seem like they're all right. I took a couple of photos. I really like the color science. Has a nice natural, neutral kind of look. Reminds me of my V60 camera with LG. So I think they've done a lot of good things here. But the best thing that really brings this phone in the conversation is the value. And yes, I know it's not supported as long as the Pixel. I know it's not supported as long as the Samsung phones. It gets some bi-monthly security updates. It's got two guarantees on operating system updates, if I remember correctly. But I'm okay with that for the price. And this is not a sales video. I just wanted to come back and talk about it. And it's funny because I made it I was wrong video before, and it was about the Motorola Razr 5G. I made some assumptions and presumptions on the phone based off of, one, they wanted like $1,500 for it, and two, it had the Snapdragon 765. No thanks. Especially when you could get the Snapdragon 888 and a lot better stuff like the 120 hertz refresh rate and all those great things with the Flip 3. So yeah, I was really not about that. But then I got one and the experience was good. Like, it was good and I got it for a fair price. So I think the key thing here is if you can find one for a good deal, I think it's a good value phone that offers a nice alternative. Has a little bit different flavor to it, a little bit different look design. I mean, of course, most of the phones all look kind of similar nowadays, but I think that it's a pretty sleek phone. I think that it's got a good build quality. I think it's got nice characteristics. I love the 144 hertz refresh rate on the screen. I mean, you wouldn't think that it's tangible, especially because some people are like, oh, I can't tell the difference between 90 hertz and 120 hertz. Can you tell the difference between 120 and 144? I think maybe. It just feels really smooth. That's the best thing I can say. This doesn't have a 120 or a 90 hertz option. It's got 144 hertz, and I think that that's fine. It's very, very nice and smooth. The scrolling experience is great. I think that it's a really nice phone. I think the display looks good. It looks better than I would expect it to. I wish it was Quad HD Plus. It's only 1080p, but I mean, you win some and you lose some. It's kind of hard to throw the phone out with the bathwater whenever you've got the S22 Plus also rating in at 1080p. And both of these phones came out similar time frames, $999. You can see why I probably wasn't too happy about it. I mean, I made videos trashing the S22 Plus because I thought that they wanted too much money and not enough features. So if you find yourself in a position where you want something now, about $500 price range, I hope it stays at that. Of course, we'll probably see the Edge Plus 2023 model come out in a few months. Maybe it'll go even cheaper. But a lesson to learn here, if you want to get a better deal, just wait till the end of the year. And maybe I should make a dedicated video about this. You don't always have to get phones on day one, and day one phones are not always the best value. And the Pixel's a pretty good value, $499. They had it on sale here the last couple of weeks, $599 MSRP. That's great. That is an amazing deal for a great phone. But most of the flagship level phones are about $899, $999, $1099. That's a whole lot of stinking money. And again, I would never recommend this phone at $999. But coming back to it now, about a year later, it's still going to be supported for like another 2 years. It's got a really nice display on it, 144 hertz. It's got the nice camera setup. Yes, I get it. It's not as good as the Samsung. It's not as good as the iPhone. It's not as good as the Pixel. But like fourth best in a world of flagship quality cameras is pretty good. Like nobody's going around saying that the Motorola Edge Plus 2022 has trash cameras, because it certainly doesn't. It's just not as high up there as the other guys. But for normal day-to-day folks, it's going to take perfectly good pictures for you. Just pull up the camera and shoot a picture, and you're going to be good to go. So I think that they've done some good stuff here. I think that the skin on it is very minimal. Of course, it's got the nice where you can do the twist and it pulls up the camera. Whoop, there I am. You can do the twist rotation. You can do the little shimmy and shake the phone back and forth quickly. It turns the flashlight on. It's got some other quick settings. It's got its own kind of a desktop version of software. Very much, it's not quite on the DeX level, and it's not quite as, I don't know, it's not quite as reliable and as elaborate, but it's there if you want like the kind of the desktop experience with the phone where you can connect it to your computer. I think Motorola's got some good things going on here, and yeah, now that it's like $500, really makes it a great talking piece, because I would have never considered this phone, never tested it out at $1,000, but it was compelling enough for me to spend my own money, give it an honest shake, and test it out and say, yeah, it's a pretty good phone, especially for the price point. And not everybody wants a Pixel, not everybody wants a Samsung, not everybody wants an iPhone. So to have those conversations and go, what's the fourth or fifth best option that we have out there? What's something off the beaten path that's not one of these other guys? Like, I've been jaded by Samsung. I obviously don't want an iPhone. Like, just hypothetically speaking, for somebody who wants something else, you got OnePlus, you got Pixel, and you got Motorola. And some people might say, okay, I don't really want that Tensor chip, which, I mean, yeah, it may not be as appealing to everybody. I think it's a great chip, but the Qualcomm Snapdragon name really has some weight to it. So when you go Snapdragon 8 Generation 1, 8 gigs of RAM, big screen, 144 hertz refresh rate, 4,100 milliamp battery, stereo speakers, I mean, there's a lot of things here to look at that I think can be appealing, especially at that right price point. Like I said, about $500 is, I think it's the sweet spot for this phone. So I don't want to say I was wrong, because I didn't really say anything bad about the phone, but I certainly didn't give it a second look. I really didn't even give it a third look. I didn't give it a second thought until I saw it later on this year, almost towards the end of the year, with a great price reduction that makes it a great value. And that's, again, going back to what I was talking about a minute ago. The prices on these phones towards the end of the year plummets, especially when it gets around to holiday season time, because once the new year gets here, we're going to have the S23, we're going to have the Edge Plus 2023, we're going to have the OnePlus 11 Pro or whatever it's going to be. So they got to try and get these off the shelves, and that's a win-win for you. I mean, there's been so many great deals the last few weeks, and I've been sharing them on my community tab on my YouTube channel. So if you're not a member, if you're not subscribed to the Tech Odyssey channel, then hit the like and the subscribe button, all that good stuff, and you can see the stuff that I share in my community tab section, which I like to post deals when I find them there. I've posted a lot of deals over the holidays, and I like to share a lot of stuff and some funny polls and things like that. Anyway, back to the phone. I really enjoyed it. It's been a really surprising experience, and I think at the current price point, $499, $599, as long as it stays there, you really can't go wrong. It's kind of hard to go, you know what, that's a bad deal. It's not. It's a good deal. And I think it's a pretty decent little phone. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. So that's all I got in this video. If you have any questions or comments, and please go down in the comment section. I will get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.